Hello everybody, how are we doing? Today will be a good time to possibly talk about riding in the wet. I think I covered gear before. Unless you want to spend a lot of money on jackets and trousers with GhostXL or whatever, you're talking £800 for a pair of trousers, £1,200 for a jacket. The next, probably the cheapest option, get yourself a set of waterproofs. Pay up to £100 for a set of waterproofs. Typically I find they last for about 2 years before they start leaking around the seams and things like that, and that's just from general wear. Well, it does depend how much you use them, but generally you find that they start leaking around the seams. Just an ad, oh hello, there's something over here. Just an ad to that. That looks like it was nasty. Yes, very nasty. Wow. Now we know where that ambulance was going. How the hell did they manage to get a car in the tree? That is pretty special. Anyway, yeah, so moving on, riding in adverse weather, wet in particular. Gear wise, unless you've got the money for very expensive gear, get yourself a set of waterproofs. RST do some good ones, Richa do some good ones. I'm wearing Richa waterproof jacket and trousers, two-piece, don't like the one-piece, I get too hot in them. So I wear the two-piece. Also gives you the option then, if you only want to put the trousers on or only want to put the jacket on, you can do. So there you go, that's an option. And when it comes to actually riding in the wet, I mean, I've got a pair of waterproof GhostXL winter gloves that I have put on, I have used. I'd like to use them in the winter more than anything, just purely because they take so long to dry out, but they do keep my hands dry. Summertime like today, you see I'll be wearing my summer gloves, and I've got heated grips on this bike, so even if my hands get wet you can still keep them warm. Don't have the heated grips too high, because otherwise you cook your hands like I'll set a boiling the bag rice or something. It just takes the chill off, and the advantage is these gloves will dry out in about an hour. So yeah. Boot wise, I've got a pair of RSC Paragon 2s. They claim they're waterproof, I claim they're not. Left boot always seems to leak first when it gets wet, and that'll be because your gear lever, you're putting pressure on the boot, the top of the boot, and that's where it'll leak. So if you're going to go somewhere, i.e. to work, something like that, dry pair of socks. When you get there, you've got your work shoes, boots you can put on that'll be dry. You've got a dry pair of socks you can put on as well. At least you'll be a bit more comfy during the day. Of course you're going to get wet feet when you put them on again later to come home, but that's always on your way home. You can buy boot dryers. A friend of mine's got one, which is ironic because he hardly ever rides in inclement weather. But a friend of mine, Mark, he's got a boot dryer, it's like a hairdryer system. Stick your boots on, and it'll dry your boots out for you. Handy, I suppose. Like I say, I've got the Paragon 2s from RSD, and I've dubbed them, I've polished them, I've done everything you're supposed to do to them. They still leak. I've yet to find that pair of elusive boot that will be waterproof other than a Wellington boot. So there you go. That's boots, hands, feet, gloves. Always find if it's really badly raining as well, you'll find you'll get a wet neck, particularly at the back. The back of your neck will get wet, gets uncomfortable. Yeah, a lot of people don't ride in the rain, or won't ride in the rain. A lot of people have to. So if you have to, there's a few tips I hope will help you out. Anybody that's already doing it seasoned, you've got your own little routines. Keep your visor in good nick as well. Keep it clear. You can use a helmet, visor cleaner. Make sure you've got a nice clean visor. Pin lock's essential. I've used anti-fogging sprays before, and they're really quite good, but you do have to replace them about every 4 or 5 days if you're riding every day. At the end of the day, an investment in a good pin lock helmet is usually the best way. And with helmets, I mean, I've had a Shoei helmet. I had that for 4 years. Very good, modular, very good helmet, very comfortable, really handy with a flip face. Oh look, we'll see if we can take off. Very handy with a flip face, but what did happen in the end was the rubber seal went at the top of the visor. I could have got it done under warranty. They got a 5-year warranty on a Shoei, but it would have been me sending the helmet off to them checking it was a warranty item, and yeah, it was a lot of mess. I've had it 4 years. It was time to replace it anyway. So now I've got a Shark. It's a School 2. It's the one with the lights and things in it, which I've never used, but it was a very comfortable fit. I've gone full face this time as opposed to modular. Downside, in the winter it's a bit claustrophobic. Sorry, in the summer it's a bit claustrophobic, but there's a lot less wind noise in it. Especially the Shoei started getting noisy towards the end. I suppose the seals have started going, the locks have started wearing. I do 20,000 miles a year, so it had done nearly 80,000 miles, so that time to change that one. SM Motorcycles, my own name. Well, my own initials, SM. There you go. So yeah, that's helmets, visors, gloves. So when it actually comes to actually physically riding in the rain, you've got to remember that contact patch on a motorbike is very small compared to a car. So you'll be losing a lot more grip a lot quicker. So you just want to do everything slowly, leave more room, brake a bit earlier, don't corner as fast, plan your riding, plan what you're going to do. And you'll be fine. Obviously we have to avoid the lines, they're very slippery in the wet. This country is one of the few countries that actually cuts glass into the, well, not actual glass, but it's a reflective material into the paint when they put the white lines down, so they do become very, very slippy. If you go abroad, particularly France, places like that, their white lines, they tend to be a lot more grippy in the wet. They're not as reflective as ours, but you don't suffer with loss of traction. So yeah, accelerate a bit slower, corner a bit slower, brake a bit earlier. Just take everything easy, leave a bit more room, plan your ride a bit. I'm going to put the dark visor down here, the sun's quite bright. Yeah, so it's all a matter of planning, deciding what you're going to do, then go ahead and do it. Obviously gently. So yeah, we didn't even indicate that van, he is turning right. positioning as well, in the wet, you'll find where I'm sitting now, which is where all the car tyres go, there'll be slightly less grip because of the amount of wear it's had from vehicles. If it's safe to do so, I mean the best place, the most grip, is usually found right in the middle, what they used to call the sump line. That's where the sump of the vehicles travel over. Used to get problems with oil on that a lot, but cars are so much more reliable now that you don't get the oil leakage like you used to years ago. So there's plenty of grip on the sump line. And just remember, when you're coming up to vehicles as well, their wing mirrors are going to have water on them, so they're not going to be able to see as well out of their wing mirrors as you are. They might not notice you. No, a lot of car drivers not really 100% concentrating anymore. Too much entertainment in the car, tuning radios and plugging in phones, sat nav. Excuse me. I mean, when I got my first car, it had a AM medium wave radio. You could only pick up about 2 stations on it. And that was the level of the car entertainment I had. If I wanted to go anywhere, you looked the route up beforehand and you looked at the road signs. Oh, it's slippery around here. There you go. Oil or something in the road. Yeah, just a little slip on that roundabout, you felt it. Or I felt it, probably didn't notice it. But it definitely looked like there was oil or something around there. That's another thing to look out for. Look for that rainbow feature on the road. That'll let you know there's oil or something there. And just take it easy. No real perfect formula to riding in the wet. Other than that, that's all I can say is take it easy, take your time, and hopefully you'll be fine. Quite fortunate on this bike, I've got a lot of fairing. Takes a lot of the weather and the wind battering off you. As you can probably tell, it's quite windy today. You're over that lane, are you? Okay. Roundabouts. If anybody's going to spill diesel or oil, it'll be round the roundabout as they're slowing, stopping, starting, pulling away. Everything moves left and right. Yeah, it's alright mate, just have some of that lane. Why not? Why use lane discipline week and go all over the place? There you go. Coming again? No? Not sure where he's going. Yeah, don't lean the bike so far. Don't rush into it. If I don't make this green light, I'll wait for the next one. Tyres, make sure your tyres, I suppose, well, people should be checking them weekly. The tyres have got plenty of, well, they're at the correct pressure. Overinflated tyres won't give as much grip, same as underinflated tyres. Some people may argue and differ, but I don't. I mean, it's there. The tyre pressure is for a reason. There you go. All weather riding, or wet weather riding. Well, hello to a few guys in work that have been watching and commented on my videos. Les, Sash, Mitch, Mark, people I work with, Badger, Lloydie. My kids watch it, Matthew, Charlie, Stephanie. They're watching my videos. Long suffering wife, Tracy, bless her. I'll make her watch them. And another YouTuber, Dave, work Dave. Hello Dave. Thank you for your solid advice as always. Here we go, traffic is building up now. We'll probably end up not talking a lot now because I'm going to have to concentrate a bit more. Might even end up doing some filtering, you never know. Well, take care guys, all the best, ride safe, and I'll speak to you all soon. Oh, and I hope you like the new intro. Take care.